Hello, good people. My name is Pascal. I want to shoot a small video that is going to be part of like a 10 series um, videos. You know, this series of videos will be covering 10 things. 10 things that somebody coming to the UK, you know, it's probably, I should have titled this thing 10 things that I would have done the first 10 days of coming into the UK. If I was to go back, I've been, I've lived in this country since for the last 28 years. But if I was to go back, what would I do differently? You know, and I think if I did these 10 things, it would have affected my life in a very significant way. You know, so some of these things we've learned it the hard way, but I want to make it easier for you. They say that knowledge is power. Indeed, it is. Indeed, it is. You know, there is some school of thought that says that one of the differences between the rich and the poor is information. Somebody knows something that the other doesn't know. You know, but what are some of the 10 things? These are just recommendations. And this, it doesn't matter where you are on the journey. You're planning to come to the UK, you're already in the UK. Maybe there's one or two things that I might say today that might really help you. So it's worth entering. And again, these videos are meant to help people. So if this video you find that the information has been helpful, one of the things, I don't charge for it. One of the things I'll ask is just like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it. Just the same way, if you feel it is beneficial to you, I encourage you, share it, let it be beneficial to somebody else, right? So number one, I'd say get a bank account. Let's say I arrived yesterday in the UK, or I arrived today in the UK. One of the first tasks I will set is to open a bank account. Then tomorrow, first thing, go to the high street, any high street, open a bank account. You know, you've got Lloyd's, you've got Barclays, you've got HSBC, you've got NatWest. Open a bank account. You know, and sometimes these ones take time because they require proof of address and contacts and things like that. You can start with some of the online banks like Revolut. Revolut is very good. You can open a bank account in no time. You know, so number one, open a bank account, right? Number two, I'd say get a UK telephone line. With the advancement on technology, you can come with your phone with the line you used in in back in your country, or the country that you have immigrated from to come to the UK, and you can use the same phone through WhatsApp, and that's very good. You know, but I want to encourage you, have a UK landline. Have a UK, not landline. Sorry, get a UK mobile phone. It's going to help you in a lot of things. You're applying for a job. You don't want to be putting your Kenyan number there. Nobody's going to be making an international call for you unless you're really, really bringing a skill that is rare, and sought after. Then they will call you. Yeah. Get a UK line. Now, you don't have to get a contract. You can go to any supermarket or things like B&M, it's like a prepaid SIM card. I think you pay about £1, 99p or £1, you know. So there's no obligation to top it up, but have a number where you can receive calls, you know, or you can buy it and then just make a one-time top up of £5 just in case you need to reply to calls that you're not aware of. So number two, get a phone line. Number one, get a bank account. Number two, get a phone line. Number three, I'd say register with a GP. A GP is like a doctor here. Yes, the health facilities medication is free in the UK, but you have to register with a GP. A GP stands for general practitioner. That's just your family doctor, in other words. GP, general practitioner. G for golf and P for papa. GP. Get registered with a GP. In another detail, I'll put. That's what I'm saying. It's a mini series. I'm going to put how to register with the GP, how to, I'll go into detail some of these things. Number three, register with a dentist. You've got people here who have been maybe even live in this country 5, 10 years, or even more, and do not have a dentist. Man, I've got two teeth that have been removed. I remember when this was removed, I had to go to the my the molar teeth had to be removed. I had to be taken to theater under general anesthesia, and then they extracted it. It cost me less to nothing, less than £33. I think it was even free. I think it was even free. I had a flatmate years ago. We're going about maybe 15, 20 years ago, who could not be bothered to register with a dentist. It cost him nearly 500 to £1,000 just to get a tooth removed. And those who have had toothaches, you don't mess about with tooth. When it comes to tooth, it can be painful, no eating. Oh, I'd say the closest level of pain I can come to that is probably labor pain. But at least labor pain has got an end. The baby comes, everything is happy. But tooth, it gets, the more you leave it, the more it worse it gets. I was speaking to somebody the other day, and I was just encouraging somebody who had just come to the country, and she told me that she had a tooth problem, and it was such a nightmare that she could not get, no dentist could fit her in, that she literally had to take a flight, go back to her home country, get the tooth removed, and come back. She literally had to board a plane, go to Africa to get the tooth extracted. Here, especially with COVID, there's a lot of backlog in everything. So register with a dentist. I've registered with a dentist, and once a year I go for a checkup. I pay £16. But if anything goes wrong, they can see me. And in fact, there's the second one, they removed it under emergency. It cost me nearly probably £33 or £60 thereabouts, instead of paying 1,000 plus or 500 plus. And they fit me in as a matter of emergency. I got this tooth out. It cost the total for 2 appointments, and the second one was to extract it, about £60. So it's about £33 thereabouts. Still a good deal. Still a good deal. Register with a dentist. Number 4, there's something here they call electoral roll, or some people call it the voters register. This one, you go to the council or call the council and tell them you want to be on the electoral roll. You might say, me, I don't vote, I don't think voting, and whatever you feel about voting, just register yourself, put yourself on that register. That register is like proof of address, and it's going to help you in the future. And even one day when you're trying to look for credit and things like that, it's very important. Just get your name in that register. I will do a video which I will go into lens on that. Number 7, I've got here, register with a job site. Register with a job site. There are a lot of job sites like Indeed. I know when we come, we get information from friends, who is hiring, who is that. The number of time I've found people who have been staying, like there was a case I had a few months ago. I had somebody who had been in the country for 2 months and had not got a job, just staying in the house, just sleeping. You know, I took the guy, we went round and got a job. There are jobs. If you could be bothered to wake up and go, there are jobs. The jobs going around, and it's not one person, it's not two, it's there are jobs. If you're willing to do the work, there is work. If you're willing to be choosy and fussy, then there you go. There will be no jobs. Then another thing is, go to these online sites like Indeed. Indeed is a very good place. Just type whatever job you're looking for, and it's just put your CV, upload a CV, put a good CV, boom, put it there. You see a job, press one button, it sends it, it comes in. Number 8, I've got register with your embassy, whatever country you come from. It's always a good thing. Just let them know you have arrived, you are here, and this is where you live. You never know. It's always good to register with your embassy. Number 8, and this probably should have been, there's one I've left. Start the process of getting a driving license. Start the process of getting a driving license. This one I'm very passionate about, because a driving license opens a lot of significant doors. You won't believe it. But in a video, I'm going to dedicate a video on this, why it is important to have a driving license. Even if you don't have a car or don't plan to get a car, just get the license. In most jobs, they'll ask you, have you got a valid UK license? You say no, boom. They will just put your application aside. But that's for another, that's a video for another day. Number I think it's number 10. This is to do with mental health. You know, the life in the UK, most of you have experienced it, is it's there on a fast pace, you know, and sometimes commitments, it will be working left. It's a 24-hour system. And if you come from countries where it's everything's a 12-hour system, it's a shock to the system where you sleep at odd hours, work at odd hours, you know. I want to encourage you, it is for your mental wellness. This is a country where if you're not careful, if you don't have a good support system, your mind can, you know. So have a social, create a good social life. Whatever social means to you, to me, it is a spiritual, to me, it is most spiritual and health, you know, spiritual. My social life is my spiritual life. I go to a church, I meet people there. I meet people, I mingle with people, different people. And I've lived here in 28 years. I've gone through a lot of stuff. If I did not have the church family supporting me, I don't know where I would be today. You know, there's a lot of cultural shock, weather, everything, just small things, you know. I just want to encourage you. So there are other things. Join a gym, get a, join a gym, go to social events, you know, whatever you do socially, but you do not stay in the house because this is a place if you're not careful, especially during winter, you can be in the house alone, you know, and that's how stress, depression, mental health kicks in. So whatever you do, just get out there. We are social beings. We were created to connect with other people, you know, you know. And number 11, which pig is back? Number 10, rather, which pig is back on number 10. Don't suffer in silence, you know. Don't suffer in silence, or don't leave it until the last minute, you know. Yeah. Sadly, I've known of people who have taken their lives. And when you hear the reason why they took their lives, there were solutions. You know, I keep saying this every problem has got a solution. Every problem has got a solution. Find, at least make a few friends, find where you can get. But if you don't have friends, you know, yeah, call me, look for somebody, just, you know, yeah, have people you can talk to. Yeah, have people you can talk to. This country, if you're not careful, your head can go, you know, the head can, it's a stressful environment. It's a good environment. There's a lot of opportunity, but it's the life is so fast paced. That's what it is. You know, Africa life goes in at 4 miles an hour. You know, here it's Usain Bolt. You know, everything is just a bullet sprint. So I'm going to keep it short, but just in summary, we were talking about some of the things we would, you know, things. I just want to encourage you to, if you're planning to come to relocate to the UK or you're here, you've not done one of them, just do it. Get a bank account. Most of you would have a bank account if you're here. Telephone number. I know people who have lived here for 2 years don't even have a UK number. Get a UK number. You know, most telephones have got dual SIM. If it's iPhone, you can have eSIM. It can contain even 3 SIM cards. You know, register with a GP. We talked about register, get a good NHS dentist. In the dentist, it has to be NHS dentist. You know, there are not many around, but just shop around, do your research and get one. Number 5, register in the electoral roll. Number 6, apply for a provisional license. Get a, you know, provisional license is the first step to get a UK driving license. Get a driving license. Register into job sites. Look for jobs. Even if you have a job, just look, upscale. You might get something that you want, you know, that all gives you a better, you know, which is a better situation for you. Register with your embassy in the UK. Visit, you know, visit a church, visit a mosque, visit, you know, go to a gym, have a social or social joints, you know, where people meet, go for events, you know, or even just take a walk in the park. Sometimes it's something I like to do. Even today, I could have done it. I've got a local park. I just go big park. I walk around and just connect with nature, but just be out there, you know. Let me leave it from here, over and out. And once again, if you find this video has been helpful to you, please like it, subscribe, and even share to your friends. Thank you very much for listening. And remember, don't suffer in silence. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.